Okay. Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Okay, it's been a minute, but we are going to go ahead and chit chat. I had something on my mind that I wanted to come on here and talk about. Um, yeah, so we're gonna talk about the one thing that you need in order to attract, in order to create the life you want. And I'm also gonna do a card pull. So I'm gonna be pulling some cards from my The Wandering Heart deck. And I'm also gonna be pulling some cards from the Super Attractor. Um, yeah. You probably hear my toddler screaming. I'm a mother. She in there. But yeah, so that's the thing. So the one thing that you need to in order to attract the life you want, in order to create the life that you want, is you're going to have faith. You have to have faith. So often we are thinking that when it comes to creating the life that we want, so often we are thinking that it just needs to be us. It needs to be something that we're doing. And while that is partially true, right? That's partially true, but that's not all of it. That's really not even the good part. What you need is to rely on something higher than you, right? So the higher power, God, spirit, the creator, whatever you want to call it, because it all means the same thing. That's what you need to rely on. But so often we find ourselves being trapped or feeling trapped into the same cycles because we are trying to do it by ourselves, right? We are trying to do it alone. When the reality of it is, it's going to take a miracle to really attract the real delusional life that we know we deserve and that we so much want to experience. In order for us to do that, it's going to take a higher power than us. This is why, because to attract the life that you have in your head, rather that's being an entrepreneur, having a successful business, rather that's just having the time, the financial freedom, whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to take something higher than you to attract that life. It has not happened for you yet because you are solely dependent on you. Hey Maddie, you are solely depending on you. You are going to have to you are going to have to you are going to have to rely on something higher than you. Hey babe, you're going to try on something higher than you. You get what I'm saying? Y'all, don't come in here trolling. Y'all be going on the internet looking for bitches. Like, come on. I got time today. Go find you a bitch in real life. Um, but to the message. Yes, you have to, hey Disney, you have to rely on something higher than you. Too often are you, thank you, too often are we relying on just us to attract the life that we want. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to why are we doing it ourselves? And then we wonder why things are not happening the way that we envision it. We're confused. Why is it not happening? Because you're solely relying on you. In order to get different results, you're going to have to do something different. You have tried it your way your entire life. You have tried it your way your entire life. And so that means most likely you're trying to still do it while remaining in your comfort zone. Your life, only your current life is in your comfort zone. Only your current life style is in your comfort zone. If there's really some life that you have in your mind that you want to attract, the world, the lifestyle that you want to create, you're going to have to do something different. The formula is going to have to change. It's going to be foreign to you because you are doing something different because you want to attract different. But you cannot do this when you are so in your mind of logically what is correct, of logically what feels correct. You're not going to get to where you're trying to go. It's going to feel like you are, but you're getting there. You're actually prolonging the magic actually happening because you are still trying to be in control. You are still trying to you're still trying to remain in control, and this is why the life that you want has not come to fruition yet. And some of you get so close. You get so close to the breakthrough, but then you quit and you run back into your comfort zone. It's like you come out, you peek, you put your toe in the water, and right before it's takeoff, you go right back in your comfort zone and suffering. A lot of you are suffering in your comfort zone, but you don't realize it because you have normalized that suffering. You think this is a part of the process. It's almost like in a sense that you feel that if you suffer, then when that life actually comes, that's when you'll feel worthy of it. You don't have to suffer before you realize that you have everything that you need. But it's going to take a different approach. Okay? It's going to take a different approach in order to attract what it is that you are really set out to do. Some of you are too scared to bust a move. Those that you see that are living their lives that they are actually loving, it's because they're moving with intention. It's because they believe in something higher than themselves. This is when people, you hear people talk about manifestation. You hear people talk about, you hear people talk about manifestation and you hear about people say, oh, just be delusional. Because that's what it's going to take. I can't think what my current self would do. My current self got me this far. It's going to take another version of me to get to where I am going. That's what you don't understand. And so you're living in the same cycle that you just can't get yourself out of because you won't allow yourself to. You won't allow yourself to. You won't allow yourself to do something different. You're terrified as shit. You're trying to come up with a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. When the first plan is to just take action. When you're like working, think of this, when you're working your 9 to 5 and you decide, you know what, I'm going to call in today. I don't feel like going to work. I'm going to call in. Do you remember how you feel when you call in? Now, if you're a person where it's like, the thing is sometimes it's hard for you to call in, right? Because you're like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. But when you get over that, you're like, I'm calling in. Today, I'm actually going to go treat myself to lunch. Do you see how vibrant you normally feel when you do something like that? It's because you have breaking yourself out of the matrix. Even if it's for a day, you have broken that system, that cycle that you're stuck in, this rat race that you're stuck in, all because you did something different. That's what it's going to take. Dare to be different. Dare to be brave. It's going to take bravery for you to go after the life you want. Some of you want to sit on the sidelines and patiently wait for that life to come to you. It's not going to come to you because you're not matching the frequency. You're not matching the vibration. You're not matching the bravery that it's going to take to attract that life. You're just talking about it. You're just on the sideline dreaming because you won't take action. You keep prolonging it. You keep procrastinating. What's different than starting today instead of Monday? Nothing's different. You're just prolonging it and the thing with procrastination, you're procrastinating because you already don't believe that you're going to get the results that you are looking to get. So you procrastinate, you continue to put it off. Because when you know that you're going to get the results that you are hoping to get, you take action. You take action. But when you're scared and you're just you want to play the game of life safely, you can't hate on those that believe in themselves. Not only do they believe in themselves, they believe in a higher power. That's what this is about. That's the one thing that you're lacking when it comes to creating the life that you want. When it comes to attracting the life that you want, you have to have some type of faith. You have to have faith. That's when you're really locked in. That's when you're really like, you know what? This is bigger than me. But no, some of you just want, it's almost like an egotistical thing, right? It's like you want it to just be you and what you think. And that's not fair. So it's going to take some courage, it's going to take some bravery to actually go after the life you want. That life that you want is not just going to come to you and fall on your lap and while you're still doing what you're doing. Some of you need a lifestyle change. And I'm talking about morning routine, evening routine. Because what you will start understanding is once you start to correct one part of your life, the other areas of your life also start to improve. That's a domino effect. That's just energy. You're changing the frequency now. But when you go back into your old cycle and your comfort zone, you're still operating on an old ass timeline. And then you want to sit here and dream and, oh, I want to do this. We're just doing too much talking, not enough moving. You get what I'm saying? At some point, we got to stop the talking and get to taking action. This is what the nodes. I talked about this in my video on my channel. The north node is now in Pisces. The south node is in Virgo. South node is what we want to move away from. Pisces, the north node, is the energy that we want to move into. Pisces energy, what we want to move into, we want to move into relying on our intuition, relying on our spirituality, relying on slowing down, relying on being present. Virgo, where you're always the planner. You want to plan, you want to be the perfectionist. That's what Virgo is. And we want to move away from that. And that's going to be very hard for a lot of people to do. It's going to be very hard for a lot of people to move on from that energy of needing to know what's next. You're not going to know what's next. That's where your faith comes in. And those of us who has attracted the life that we want and we're still attracting, but those of us who actually have done the work and attracted the life that we want, it's because we rely on our faith. We believe in something higher than us. It's not about just what we can do. It's about what we believe. This is why when we tell our dreams or our ideas to people, that person has to be on that frequency, because you can't afford for someone that you go and tell your dreams and your ideas to, for them to be operating out of like, oh, that'll never happen. You want to run far from those people. You get what I'm saying? You want to run away far from those people. So this is a time for you to really tap in with yourself. A lot of you are simply just lacking faith, and that's why you're not tracking the life that you want, because you don't believe that it's going to happen. You're still trying to do it your way. You're still trying to do it where you're in control, and you're spiraling. It's spiraling. But you're so far into your ego that you won't allow yourself to say, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, and I actually never did this before, but I'm down for the ride. Those are the people that are living life, because life is all about the journey, not the destination. It's that point A from when you're born and point B to when you die. But it's this journey from point A to point B, that is where the goodness is. That's where the legacy lies. What do you do with that space? Because we have point A. We don't know when point B is going to come. So what are you doing with your time? A lot of you are wasting your times. You're wasting your time. Because you won't get out of your own way. You won't get out of your own way. And you can't go around hating on the people that know, oh, I'm getting out of my own way. That's why you hear people say, surrender. Oh, I'm surrendering. Remember, Pisces and North Node, that's surrendering. I'm surrendering. Tell me, Spirit, tell me, lead me. Where do I need to go next? Is this waiting season for me, or is this the season that I need to take action on? You understand what I'm saying? That's what this is about. But when you get in your own way, you're not going to get far, because it's going to take more. It's going to take a higher power. It's going to take a higher power. And it can be very frustrating, because we're not allowing ourselves to really do what it is that we said we were going to do. Right? When you have those moments with your intuition, moments when you have your inner spirit is telling you, this is what I want to do. And you're like, yep, I'm going to do it. You get excited about it and you act on it. But then when it's time to really start acting on it in a real powerful way, you get scared and you get in your mind. We're going to have to learn how to stop relying on our mind to make decisions for us. Because your mind is only going to operate in the sense of how can I keep myself safe? You understand what I'm saying? That's why they say like your intuition is like your animal instinct. Like you just act. You just like, yeah, I want to do this. You want to go bungee jumping? Yes. And then you sit and think about it. You're like, no, actually it's not that safe. What if it breaks? I could fall to my death. Like you get them, like you just too in your head. It's like, relax, tight, loosen up just a little. That's the energy you want to be in when it comes to chasing, when it comes to attracting the life that you want. What do we need to know? Okay, so we have quite a few here. Perfect. So, alchemy. So right here, this is saying, turn that pain into power. Imagine how powerful you can be when you use your energy and you turn that into power. Imagine where you can go when you allow yourself to stop suffering and allow yourself to say, you know what, okay, I went through that, but watch how I turn this into a testimony. Watch how I turn this into magic. This is a season to really bet on yourself. But you guys got to really bet on yourself. Like you have to go all in. It can't be I'm betting on myself because today Friday and I'm feeling lucky. This ain't a damn lottery ticket. You have to really bet on yourself. Start doing what it is that you said that you were going to do. Start doing what it is that you said you were going to do. If you're going to do that, then do it. Because at the end of the day, all you have is your word. And if you just start saying, not only if you start not doing what you said that you're going to do, not only will the people around you not believe you, but also you're not trust you, but also yourself won't trust you. Yourself. Some of y'all be mad and it's really yourself mad at yourself. Like, damn, I thought you said we was going to work out today. Oh, we didn't do it. Okay. We found another excuse. We found another excuse to not work out. Okay, we found another excuse to not put her on 2-week notice. Okay. And you can only get mad at yourself because you are not honoring your word. Just simply do what it is that you say you were going to do. This is how you build trust, not only with yourself, but also others. Okay? Then we also have reclaim your power. Again, take your power back from the matrix. Take your power back from these systems that have drained your energy. Some of you are so trapped in these cycles that you have started to normalize these cycles. Reclaim your power. Be intentional where you're spending your black dollar. Be intentional what you're putting in your body. Be intentional about what you are spending your energy, your time on. What are you consuming? You understand what I'm saying? That's what it comes back to, reclaiming your power. We also have redemption. This is a time to reinvent yourself. This is a time to reinvent yourself. This is a time for you to allow yourself the space to do something different. Allow yourself to fly. Like, give yourself a chance. Especially if you have a support system that is saying that they got your back. Like, some of you are putting yourself through unnecessary suffering because maybe that's what you had to go through before. A lot of us was born into poverty, but it wasn't our choice. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't our choice. Then as we got older and we started realizing, okay, I want to move out of poverty. I don't want to be in the hood. Give yourself a chance because abundance is your birthright. But this is why you must do something different. This is why you must operate differently. This is why. Give yourself an actual opportunity to go after the life that you want. Your life is not just going to come to you because you want to sideline and use a good person. You're going to have to go after it. But you're going to have to believe in something higher than you, higher than your own understanding. You can only get so far by yourself. You can only get so far by yourself. You can only get so far by yourself. Because some of you really need to learn to have the faith. Some of you really need to learn to, even though you're scared, you do it anyway. As long as it's safe, of course. But even if you are scared, you do it anyway. Like, it's very much so about doing it afraid. Being scared doesn't mean that, oh, I'm not going to do it at all. I'm not going to take a chance at all. It doesn't mean that. It means, guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. So next, I'm going to pull some cards from the Super Attractor deck. This is another deck that I also really love. Okay, so we have, I release and let the universe show me what to do. I release and let the universe show me what to do. I release and let the universe show me what to do. This is about surrendering. This is about getting out of the damn way. A lot of you, the universe is trying to bless you. The universe is trying to push you forward. But a lot of you are sending mixed signals to the universe. 1 minute you want it, then you get scared. Then you go back to being content with where you are, even though you are not happy where you are. The thing about being brave and Relying on something higher than you is the universe, spirit, God, the higher power, whoever that resonates with you. They reward you for your bravery. They reward you for having the balls to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like they reward you when you rely on them. So we have to learn to surrender. Know when you're fucking it up. Know when you're interfering with the plan. Is your plan in alignment with God's plan? Is your plan in alignment with Spirit's plan? Because your plan is not just about you. You have people that's depending on you. You have people that's looking up to you. Is your plan in alignment with that? Some of you haven't thought about that. You haven't thought about if you're just, oh, you just thought about what you want to do. You just thought about what makes you feel good, what makes you feel comfortable. You ain't thought about if the people who rely on you feels uncomfortable. You don't care nothing about that. So it's like, in reality, you're the one delaying the plan. That's when the self-sabotage comes in. Okay, we have a few drop here. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. That's probably the best thing you can do to truly attract the life you want. Because what it's going to take to attract the life you want is all about magic. It's all about feeling the magic within you. Y'all, we're so fucking powerful. It's insane. We're so powerful. Hey, we're so powerful. It's insane. It's insane how powerful we are. That our minds are so powerful. We can literally create our own reality. You just have to rely on something other than your own understanding. Because it's going to take more than just your human effort to attract this magical world where you could go and travel. If you want to take a trip here, you can go do it. You're making money from the things that you love doing. You're finding community from having the same interests and doing the things that you love doing. That's going to take you relying on something higher than you to do it. It's not that it's far-fetched. It's just that your formula, that formula needs to be looked at again. That formula only includes what you want to do. Only includes what you're comfortable doing. You're not growing because you are in your own way. Exactly, Mikey. You are in your own way. It's going to take something more powerful to really say, this is what it is that I want to do. You get what I'm saying? Then we also have, when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. When I tell you these cards, listen. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. When I'm tuned in to the energy of abundance, I become abundant. A lot of you, when it goes to make a plan, you're automatically thinking from the place of lack. Exactly. Yes, absolutely. A lot of you are thinking from a place of lack. What don't I have? Oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this happen for me? And it's because You haven't, I don't know if y'all can hear my toddler acting up in here, but yeah. But you guys are going to have to rely on something higher than you, because when you tune into the energy of abundance and understand that abundance is my birthright, thank you. When you understand that abundance is my birthright, you have no choice but to win. But us as a culture, we have been through so much that we haven't experienced, but our ancestors have. And we carry that. So we kind of already think with what I don't have. How am I going to get this? We really have to learn to create that spiritual connection and to know that it's all going to work out. I trust that it's going to work out, because why not? Why would it not work out? I deserve it. I'm worthy of it. I deserve it. Somewhere this life that you want already exists. It's just waiting for you to match the frequency in order to attract it. It's yours. Think about that. It's yours. It's somewhere out there into the space, in the spiritual realm, and it's already yours. But you just have to match the frequency. You just have to match the frequency. But in order to match that frequency, you have to believe in that frequency. You have to believe that that life out there that you truly want is already yours. It already has your name on it. It already has your name on it. Exactly. You have to receive it before it gets here in the physical realm. This is why it's important to talk about it. That's why it's important to believe in what you don't see. That's how you attract it. But some of you are not doing that. You're trying to only believe in your plan. No, and then you're scared, which is normal. But that's why you still have to rely on something higher than you to say, please give me the courage to continue to move, even though I am afraid. Please order my steps. Because it's not about your human understanding. With your human understanding, you're going to say, okay, I'm afraid. And because your mind is to protect you, your mind's going to say, stay in your comfort zone. But no, we got to keep moving. It's time and time again, I am constantly putting myself out of my comfort zone. I'm constantly putting myself out of my comfort zone because I know that's where the magic happens. It ain't about what I want to do. If I'm curious and it lights me up, I move towards it. I've moved towards things where I'm like, I don't know what this means. But Spirit, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting that it will eventually make sense. But the thing, before we move, we always try to know what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. You're not having faith. If you're a person that always needs to know what's going to happen next, you don't have faith. Exactly. Walking with faith. You don't have faith. Like, I know we want to believe that we have faith and we're like, yeah, I have faith, of course. I believe in this and I know God is good all the time, whatever, whatever. But when it comes to walking the talk, you freeze up. When it comes to actually doing what it is that you said you were going to do, you freeze up. Now we're back to square one. Because you won't walk in your faith. You won't believe in what you don't see. A lot of you are just fighting for your plan so we can all clap and say, yay, your plan worked. A lot of you are not really trying to show like, hey, when you believe in something that you can't see, yeah, of course you can attract the life you want. That's why it feels so magical when you do it, but you're gonna have to get out your comfort zone. There's nothing I've walked out of my comfort zone and then I said, oh no, I shouldn't have did that. No, I say, okay, that's what I've learned. Wow. And the when I was at square one before I continued on, even though I didn't know what steps 2, 3, and 4 looked like, I still moved. And then when I moved to step one, step three revealed itself. When I moved to step three, step four reveals itself. When I moved to step four, step five reveals itself. Works every single time. Every single time. This is why when you see those people, it's like, oh, she always gets what she wants. My brother told me that, like, oh, she always gets what she wants. It's because I rely on faith. Not only do I believe in myself, I believe in something higher than me. You can't tell me the desires that I have are not going to happen for me. You can't get me to believe that. Because I know it's mine. Because I desire it's a spirit thing. My spirit is telling me this is yours. This vision that you have, it's yours. That's why you feel it the way that you do. So then in my mind, I then rely on that faith. I rely on that spiritual connection. Exactly. Match that frequency. But if you want to be scared and you want to be in your head and be egotistical about it, you're not going to get very far. It's going to feel like you're getting far, but nope. Eventually you're going to see you're going to circle right back to here. Oh, didn't get very far, did ya? Well, let's see if you try something different this time. Because that's the exact same plan relying on you that got us here. Now it's time to create that spiritual connection. And that could look like whatever resonates with you. That could look like you reading your holy book. That could look like you meditating, journal, doing yoga. All of these things is to create that spiritual connection, to create that connection also with yourself of, okay, I'm relying on something bigger than me because this next step that I had to take, this is something I never done before. So I got to rely on something I can't see, but I feel. That's what's going to get you to the life that you want to attract. But you got to get out your own way. This shit don't have to be hard. 2025 is a year where you truly want to rely on your intuition, where you truly want to get out of your comfort zone. This is not the year to be scared. You know, they were saying scared money don't make no money. This ain't the year to be scared. And even if you are scared, don't let that paralyze you. You need to do it afraid. Do it anyway. Start the business. Quit the job. Learn crypto. Learn about stocks. Learn about healthy eating. This is the time. Start the new workout routine. Figure out if you a at the gym person or if you a home workout person. Figure it out. Read more. Don't believe everything they're showing you and they're telling you. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. We're no longer playing the game safe. We are really in the middle of creating a life that our parents haven't even seen. Our parents haven't even seen. You know how major that is? It's going to take courage. We asked to be here. We reincarnated in this time frame for a reason. That means we have everything we need, even when we don't think that we do. Remember, we don't want to think that we do. We want to believe that we have everything we need. It's a belief. That's where the magic happens. When you shift your perspective and you shift that belief of, instead of thinking like, oh, I don't have it, to, no, I do have it. I have everything I need. You know how powerful that is. That's when you start attracting your life. There's no one person out there that's believing that they can do it and is not attracting the life that they want. And if you're sitting on the sideline and you're like, how does she have everything? Oh, she's getting it. He's knocking, damn, he did that. He knocking out this goal. Damn, this just keep happening for him. Because he believes in himself just as much as he believes in a higher power. He believes in a higher power just as much as he believes in himself. She believes in a higher power just as much as she believes in herself. She figured out the formula. It's all about law of attraction. They have figured it out. So before you hate and be like, oh, this person got all this, the person got all that, ask them how they do it. Ask them how they do it. Allow yourself to be a student. If you're about to embark on a journey that you've never done before, this is the time for you to get out of the expert chair and be in the student chair. That's another thing too. Knowing when to be the teacher and knowing when to be the student. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. And if you know me, I'm always saying I'm always a student to life. If somebody's learning something that I'm interested in, I'm humble and I'm learning. I'm taking that in. I'm sitting down and I'm saying, okay, I don't know this. Please teach me your way. Because I see you did really good with that. And you're someone who's comfortable knowing how to rely on spirit, knowing how to rely on meditating, knowing how to rely on being spiritually grounded. Teach me your ways. Because I want to learn. You don't just learn when you're a child. You should be a student always in life. And it's going to go back and forth. One time you may be an expert in this. You may be a rookie in this. And that's fine. You have to follow long enough to learn how to lead. But you're going to have to let your ego and your pride leave that at the door. Because when you start thinking like, oh, only I know and I this and this, is you ain't going to get far. You're going to be by yourself. Because people are going to say, you know what? You're not coachable. You know what? Do it your way then. Let's see how that turns out. Let's see how that turns out. You got to know when to be the student. That's one of my hacks in life. I don't care how old I am. I'll be 31 in April. I don't care what all I accomplish. I'm never too prideful to be the student. I take health workshops. Anything I'm interested in, you will find me sitting in front of the class learning. That's why my confidence is on the level that it's on, because I know, oh, I'm not too good to be the student. I'm not too good to get back in class. I'm not just running around saying I know this and this, and I'm not. No. And the only person who wants someone to play small or not understand their confidence is because you don't understand the method. You looking outside in, it looks like, oh, it's all me. No. No, actually, it's all spirit. My hands is up and I'm surrendering. That's the hack. That's how I attract what I have now. That's how I'm going to attract everything else that I know is supposed to be mine. Having faith, building that spiritual connection. It's not just about you and your plan. And understand that your plan affects other people. Your plan affects other people. Hey, Benito, your plan affects other people. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. And you have to be mindful of who's watching. You can have children that's looking up to you. You can have a spouse that's looking up to you. You can have brothers and sisters looking up to you, a coworker, your community that you built online. You don't know who it is that's trying to learn from you. So make sure you are leading by example. Make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Not just for you, but for the community, for your community, for your bloodline. Because it's not just about you. And that's very important. The times that we're in now, it's not just about you. Put your best foot forward, learn what it is that you need to learn, and take that shit back to your community and teach it to your community. Or if your community's like, yo, I know something about this, get your ass back in that student chair and learn. You can't embark on a new journey and trying to be the expert in that journey. You got to be the student first. That's why you have to be humble when it comes to spirit. You have to be humble when it comes to that spiritual connection. Because you can't just come and be like, yeah, I know everything. No, you don't. And be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you're praying for. Because spirit may not always serve it up the way that you want it. You understand what I'm saying? Spirit may not always serve it up the way that you want it. You want to quit your job? Okay. Spirit may know that you're scared to just quit your job. This is something you've never done before. You might have, so then Spirit goes and then Spirit goes and say, next thing you know, you have a minor health issue that now you have to quit your job. What you going to do? You're going to sit there and be like, oh no, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep pushing through. But you wanted to quit your job. That's what you was praying for. God, please give me a way to, I can. That's why I say be careful what you pray for. Be careful what you ask for. Because you do not know how Spirit is going to serve that up. And when you're praying for those things, make sure you're very intentional. Make sure you're very intentional about how you are praying for those things. How are you asking for those things? Go into detail. But understand the fine print of that agreement. You're going to have to surrender. You're going to have to rely on Spirit because you've never done this before. So this isn't about you. You haven't done this before. Allow yourself to be reinvented. You're in your reinvent season. This is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. You don't know something and you are curious, take the time to learn it. I'm currently learning about crypto. That's something that really interests me and I'm learning it. And yes, in other areas of my life, I'm the expert. I'm the leader. But in this setting, I'm the student. And I'm all ears. And I'm taking my notes. We have to learn when to be the student and when to be the expert. And to rely on spirit. And to create that spiritual connection. Because that's how we're going to attract the life that we want. It's bigger than us. It's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than us. It's so much bigger than what you want to do. It's not about you. So come on. Let's get to it. We have everything we need. But this is a time that you're going to have to really show what you're about. This is a time where you're going to have to really show what you stand for. What is it that you really want? Is you just a talker or are you a doer? It's people that watch things happen. It's people that make things happen. Which one are you? And make sure that you can sleep well at night on whatever side you on. But don't hate and get mad because people over here are being brave and going after the life that they want. You can't be mad. Congratulate them. Don't be mad. Don't be stale. Don't be funny acting. Don't be weird. Don't be throwing shade. Oh, she went and did this. Oh, he went and got that. Oh, he really did what he said he was going to do. Oh, she really. Yes. But you got the same tools. You got the same tools. You just got to believe in something bigger than you. But yes, guys, that's all I had to say on this Sunday. Thank you guys so much for joining with me. Thank you so much for participating in the discussion. Go ahead and give this video a like if you have not already so we can keep me in the algorithm and so we can keep meeting here and chit-chatting and just talk about the goodness of life and moving forward and all those things. I also offer readings, so if you guys are interested in need a reading, your birth chart reading, astrology, human design, card deck reading, tarot, oracle, whichever one, I offer those services. Go ahead, connect with me on my social media and all those things. But thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in my next live. Have a beautiful Sunday. Go drink some water. Go watch a good show. Go learn something new. Okay? Peace.